Hey guys, I haven't recorded a video in a long time and I apologise for that. I have to do this one quite quickly as well because I've left it far too late and I'm losing light. So if it gets really dark, like halfway through, sorry for that as well. Hopefully this one will be in focus, seeing as the last one really wasn't. So, need to get better at that. This video is all about things that really piss me off. And there are a lot of them. You probably would know if we've ever had a conversation, because it doesn't take me long to be like, you know what really pisses me off? And they're just like, another thing? Really? I just complain a lot. So I've wanted to do this video for ages and I've just been compiling a list on my phone, on notes, whenever I think of one that I feel deserves to be in this video. So I'm just gonna rant and complain at you, and it might be viewable and enjoyable, but I can't guarantee anything. So the first one that I have on here is people who go to gigs and completely disrespect the supporting act just because they've never heard of them before. That's really annoying, because when I went to my first gig, I didn't know any of the supporting acts. I hadn't listened to any of the supporting acts. I didn't know any of their songs, but then one of the supporting acts ended up being my favourite band, and still are. And that was like 2 years ago. You could be missing something that you'd actually really enjoy just because you're too ignorant to be like, oh no, they're not the main act, I don't care, I'm just waiting for whoever to come on stage, you're not important to me. And it's like, fair enough, you may not like them or you may not care, but you still should respect the fact that they are trying to do their job and perform for you. Like, don't go talking annoyingly loudly to people. And this is most important when you're in like the front rows and it's like there are a lot of people trying to watch and you're in front of them, or like the band can see you and you're just there like talking and like turning your back to them or like playing on your phone. Like, I was at Lily Allen and I was in the second row and there was this girl like in front of me to the side a bit. She looks about like 13 and she spent about 20 minutes playing solitaire on her phone and just looking really fucking bored. And then when she wasn't doing that, she was like turning around and like leaning on the bar and just being like, oh, this is so crap. Oh my god, I'm so bored. It's like, who is that bored that they'd rather play solitaire on their phone? The only other person I can think of that like actually plays solitaire for fun is my granddad. Especially when you're in the front and they could easily just look out and they just see you there like. You know, that can't be like a nice thing to see. And the person was like playing piano next to a tree. She missed that to play solitaire. Okay, this is literally like something I hate the most, like ever. It's really those Twitter accounts that are called like psychofacts, psychology says, all of that shit. That tweets the typical psychology says blah 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 blah. It's all complete bullshit, and it just really winds me up because they have like a stupid amount of followers and a stupid amount of favourites and retweets, and people being like, oh my god, this is like so true, oh my god, this like must be me, or oh my god, yeah, totally. What is it's such like the typical sort of Tumblr bullshit, like ugh, it just winds me up, and it is completely like nothing to do with psychology, and it's no sort of proven fucking fact to go by. It's just something someone came up with when they got bored, wrote it on a fucking post-it note and then put it on Tumblr and got like 1,500 notes. It is like ridiculous. I'm just gonna read you some out on Twitter. Like I'll just look for some accounts and then find you some that just make me want to punch things. I feel like everyone needs to be angry about this, and then maybe they'll stop eventually. Especially because psychology isn't a thing that you get taught like compulsory. It's not a thing that you get taught like compulsorily. Is that a word? Like biology. But it's also quite important. So then a lot of people don't know that this stuff is bullshit, and I do know it's bullshit. It's like not. It's like psychology isn't just a list of facts that you can just reel off. It's like, it's way more complex than that, and it's not that easy to just prove and say this applies to everyone. Is it getting dark? Probably. Oh god, I'm just gonna be stood in the black in a minute. Daily Psychology. Well, that sounds like a really reliable Twitter account, doesn't it? Oh, with your 30,000 followers. Psychology says your journey will be much lighter and easier if you don't carry your past with you. Thank you for enlightening me. Psychology says friendship is not about who you spend the most time with. It's about who you have the best time with. Is it? Oh, man. All of those retweets and gullible people just really filling their lives with factual and educational psychology. Psychology says you cannot change the people you have around you, but you can change the people you choose to be around. Now, I don't think that's anything to do with psychology. I think that's just common fucking sense, that if you're next to someone, you can't turn them into someone else, but you can go fucking stand somewhere else. That's nothing to do with psychology whatsoever. But I'm glad that so many people think it is. I don't even know how to end this bullet point of the video. I could just stand here for 10 minutes making angry noises at this whole thing. So I'll just go on to another one. Toilet paper dispensers with pre-ripped toilet paper. Why are you trying to take that privilege away from me of choosing how much toilet paper I want to use? You don't know what I have to wipe up down there, but you acting like you do? Nah, this one. When people use literally for things that are not literal. Oh my god, I'm literally dying right now. I'm literally like peeing myself. Oh, that was literally the funniest thing I've ever seen. You're not dying. You're not peeing yourself. So if we all start using literally for things that are not literal, then what word do we have for things that are literal? We just ruin the English language and leave ourselves with what? What do? You know? What if you are literally, you're there like, I'm literally dying right now, and everyone's just and you're like, guys, literally, I am dying. I know, it's so bad. Like, guys, what do we have then? I'll tell you what we had then. Fucking anarchy, and it's not on. Another thing that annoys me, which is this whole video, so it's stupid saying that, when someone offers to do something, or like go somewhere with you, or just help you out with something, and then you message them being like, oh hey, when are we doing this? And they ignore you. If you didn't want to do it, don't waste my motherfucking time telling me that you do. I don't care if you don't want to help me, but if you say you do, I'm then gonna ask you about it, and it makes no sense. Absolutely makes no sense. I mean, what is the point? Then there's like that feeling of like, oh my god, I'm just annoying them now, and it's totally my fault. And actually, no, you're an asshole. When you're at a gig and someone behind you thinks it's acceptable to make you their personal armrest, like, just because I am smaller than you and in front of you does not give you that privilege or right, okay? No. You choose to put your arm in the air to be like, oh my god, yeah, I love this song. So you keep your own fucking arm up. If you don't want to put your arm up, put it back down. Don't rest it on my head. What is this? I mean, why would you do this? Why? I don't want to be at a gig like this, having someone's fucking arm on me, or like, what? Keep your limbs to yourself. Especially when it's more often than not, some tall, sweaty guy stood behind me wearing a tank top, just waving his wet, hairy armpit everywhere. I know everyone's gonna be sweaty. I know everyone's gonna be bumping into each other and all squished, but that does not excuse the fact your armpit is practically becoming one with my own hair. Like, keep them to yourself, please. Okay, my last one, which is a bit of a long one. When people whack out the I'm allowed an opinion card. Yeah, you're allowed an opinion, but when that starts being really fucking rude, bullying, and telling people what they can and can't do, that's not an opinion, that's you being a dick. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna write some really fucking rude ass status about people saying that they're weird and they shouldn't do this and they should stop doing this, and that like, oh, you're wrong if you do this just because I disagree with it, and if you say anything, well, I'm allowed an opinion. What is the point in even saying that? Because then I can just be like, well, so am I. Ours clearly are not the same. But one of them is not as rude as the other. If it's on Facebook, then they're like, oh, it's my Facebook and I'm allowed to post what I want. If you don't like it, delete me. No, I don't like it, so I'm gonna confront you about it, because I'm allowed to do that too, bitch. I know you're like, oh, I'm allowed an opinion. Oh, imagine if like Hitler was like, I'm allowed an opinion, stop hating on me. Oh my god, you're so mean, I'm allowed an opinion. That was an extreme example, but you get the point. Okay, so that was like things that annoy me. I'm not sure how many I did, but whatever. I'll count them and put it in the title so you'll know exactly what you're getting yourself into by the time you've watched this. If you agree with any of them, let me know. If you disagree with any of them, let me know. Go ahead. Just tell me. And if you think there are any that I missed off, tell me that as well, and I might do a sequel. Because there's so many things. I could just fill this whole channel with videos of things that annoy me. Yeah. I'm gonna turn this off whilst it's not pitch black in my room, because it practically is. Bye!